Hi guys, I know this video may be a shock to a few of you, but the Mini sold about 3 weeks ago now, and I made the switch to the dark side, electric. I've spent a lot of time around EVs over the last 2 years because of press cars, but also we've had an MG4 in the household, and I think my other half was getting a little bit annoyed that I kept stealing his car because one, it was a lot more practical, the dog could fit in it, which at his size, he could not fit in the Mini at all. And secondly, financially, it was so much cheaper to run that it just made a lot more sense for some of my journeys to use his car rather than pile the miles on the Mini and the fuel expenses on the Mini. But I'm going to touch on that a little bit deeper later on. So when it came to choosing my car, the main criteria I had, because the things that annoy me having the MG4, I wanted to kind of eliminate those so that I would be happy living with electric. And that was the range was the main one. I wanted a car that will do at least 300 miles because my longest journey is about 260. So I wanted that little bit of a backup if I was doing 70 or if it was winter, just so I didn't have to ever worry about range and I can make the most of home charging. The second being practicality, that the back seats, the dog can fit in there happily, he can get in and out. And last but not least, some creature comforts like heated seat, heated steering wheel, Apple CarPlay, you know, the necessities. So looking at that, I wasn't too fussed. There was a few that I really was interested in, the Cupra Born being one, ID4, ID5. You've got the Teslas as well. I did test a couple of Teslas. I've really liked those over the years. And it was just a case of, okay, when the Mini sold, I was going to go on the comparison sites, go on different lease sites and see what came out the cheapest on a set plan, which for me was 2 years and 15,000 miles a year because I do quite a few miles. And the Cupra Born came out on top. I've loved these every time I've had one on press loan, and the only thing that ever annoyed me was the cruise control only went up in 5-mile-an-hour increments, and they've now fixed that. So, you know, I really can't complain so far. The heated seat is currently on and it's great, and it's even got a massage seat. Now, the 77 kilowatt battery was a no-brainer because I needed it to do the range. This should do 330 miles. I haven't tested that yet, so we will see a little bit further, but I have gone to Bristol and back in the exact same version of the car and it was no issues whatsoever. So that's practicality and the must-haves, and the main important thing is Joseph fits in the back because, you know, he's the main priority. But financially, I'm not going to go into the lease deal because being self-employed, that made sense for me. That might not be the direction for everyone. So I just kind of want to leave that one alone a little bit because the main reason I moved was the home charging and the cost savings day to day. That's why I kept nicking the MG4 on my other half, is because fuel-wise, I saved so much. And being lucky enough, we obviously have a driveway, we have solar panels, we have the intelligent tariff, so we charge for 7p per kilowatt hour at night. It all just makes so much sense, and it's so easy as well. Pardon the pun.
I use the Easee Charge 1, and it's super straightforward to use. Personally, I think it's the best looking home charger thanks to its Scandinavian design. Plus, if you're feeling adventurous, it comes in 5 different colours by just changing the cover. It's a charger that can instill confidence, with options to lock the charger to the station to prevent theft, or even the 45-degree charger connection to allow rainwater to drain. And once you've plugged in, it's all controlled in the app. And before the question of, well, what if your Wi-Fi's down? Well, they've thought of that too, and you can control the charger remotely via Bluetooth. I found everything from the installation process to using the app really easy to use, and it's certainly helped make my EV journey a lot more stress-free.
The Easee charger has made things so much simpler in terms of we can just plug in, we can work with all the apps and everything like that, and it just makes things so much straightforward. I really don't have to stress about it. I know with EV, kind of the myth side of thing is charging is so stressful and you've got to stop and charge all the time, and yeah, I'm kind of channeling my dad's rant on EVs here now.
And I like to be able to do 400 or 500 miles on the tank full rather than keep stopping and charging the car.
It's made things a lot easier, especially having a higher range car. I can plug it in at night. I know it's safe. I know that in the morning I can get up, I can go where I need to go, and it's cost me literally pennies. So to put things into perspective, the Mini would do about 300 miles. This will do about 300 miles. So I feel this is a fair comparison. When I'd go to Bristol, which is where one of my clients are based, it would cost me about £60 in petrol for the Mini, and that's if I didn't use V-Power. When it comes to this, hold on, I need my calculator, which is in my pocket. 2 seconds, because maths is not my strong point. So this is a 77 kilowatt hour battery. We've times it by 0.07. it would cost me £5.39 to fully charge the car from zero. That's a saving of, wait, I told you my maths wasn't great. £55 every time I do that journey. I do that journey once a month. I do Manchester and back. Oh God, between me and the other half, twice a week mainly. And then I have other clients around Derby way, kind of that are within an hour. It all adds up really, really quickly. So this is going to save me an absolute ton in fuel in electric, and that's the main reason I wanted to change. So the fact that we can just plug it in overnight, go to sleep, wake up with a full charge. There's no more stopping at petrol stations. Yes, I know if I want to go really, really far, I'd have to stop at electric chargers, but it really isn't that much of a big deal. I don't want to go too much on about it because I know it won't suit everyone, but if you already have an electric car or you're thinking of changing, or there's a few myths that kind of are putting you off, I hope this puts things at ease and gives you some ideas to help kind of lower those costs, or even lower those costs even further if you do have an electric vehicle. And if you're looking for a home charger, I strongly recommend Easee. It's really easy to find. Just check those guys out. I'll put their website and everything down in the comments as well, so it makes it even easier for you to find Easee. I need to stop using that pun. So yeah, that is my Cooper Born. That is my journey to electric. That is my Easee charger. And I'm still a petrol head at heart, guys. Nothing's changed there. I love my loud exhaust. I love all that side of racing and everything like that, so it's not changed. It's just been a more practical and financial decision on day-to-day life. So yeah, that's pretty much everything now. I'm going to leave you guys to it, but you know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.